Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Tuesday, June 7th, and the moon is in Virgo. The Virgo moon is practical, hardworking, organizing energy. And, it's another day of rolling up your sleeves and getting done what needs to get done. We do have a semisquare between Mars and Saturn. Mars, the planet of go, Saturn, the planet of stop. This combination just says go very, very slowly. Which, with the moon in Virgo, is not necessarily something that is antithetical to what we're trying to accomplish. It's just that it may seem like things are going slower than you want. Do your best not to allow that to frustrate you. Just reapply your energy, because anytime we work with Saturn, while it is hard work, it is rewarded by hard work. So some things are not worth doing because it's a dead end. This is not the case. The case is that we are working towards and moving towards a different and a new and a better tomorrow, and it's going to take quite a bit of heavy lifting. At the same time, it's going to take some letting go of the old ways of doing things. But perhaps people have to see that, one more time that stuff doesn't work. So, we also have a connection between Pluto and Mars today, and so we're work or the actual working is challenging and difficulty. The drive to get to the bottom of things, the drive to uncover is very high and is helped by Pluto. Allowing us to really sort of dig deep. Now, generally, Mars in Aries is quick and lethal at times, but not necessarily persistent in the way that the Pluto energy helps it to be more relentless. So while things may seem difficult, more challenging, don't lose heart. This is a temporary. It's sort of like when you're dragging a heavy object, say like across something, and you get to a threshold, and it takes more effort to pull like the dolly over the threshold because there's that little bump. You don't just stop at the threshold because the bump is there. You just put more effort into it, and then eventually you get over the hump or the bump, and you can get into the other room, the room that you're going to be able to do more in and do more with. So we have some more roses, guys. Woo woo! These beautiful roses at the end of Michael's garden. And then if you come over here, I have my coffee in my hand, so I gotta just change hands here. You can see Gretchen's roses are rosy. Well, they're yellow, but they're opening. They did get a little munched on by some of the creepy crawlies. We don't use any pesticides, so sometimes we get imperfect chewed on roses, but yet they are still beautiful and they smell wonderful. So we got those. We have a couple of rosebuds back here. That's Boo's rose, and this is Michael's mother's rose that we bought her last year in remembrance of her. She loved yellow roses, so we found yellow roses. We have a new rose back there, a Don Juan. Michael says he bought it for himself because he's Don Juan. That's what he said. And those white flowers back there, took some pictures of them the other day. The sun behind them. Those are blackberries, actually. Those are blackberries. We do have them in the rose garden, too, to my chagrin. Michael wants to wait till they bloom before he cuts them out, but kind of like them. I kind of would prefer they're not in there because they're really prickly and they can hurt you. All right, so that's what's going on in the garden today. Roses, roses, roses. We also have the hydrangeas that have popped up, leafed out, I guess we should say. And it looks like there's going to be some pretty nice flowers on top of those once they come up. Those are a little later blooming. The Seal of Solomon is still going strong. That pretty much goes strong, and then it dies back, and then the what he calls take over, the hydrangeas. All of this here, all this green, is actually strawberries. I don't know if we'll get a strawberry. I don't know if I've ever seen us get... They are really strawberries. They do grow little strawberry plants, but the critters usually eat them. And then, of course, this glorious beast, the hydrangea, which is blooming and smelling wonderful. Excuse me as I sniff. Heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. All right, guys. So don't get distressed that things that are hard seem a little bit harder than usual. Just put your head down. Keep applying yourself, knowing that your soul is behind you and the soul of the world is there behind us so that we can transform and change and move in a more life-affirming direction. All right, guys, take care. Much love. We'll end on this beautiful peony. We have another one coming up here. This one's about ready to pop. You see that? But this was the big ones back there. So, all right, guys, take care. Much love. Namaste.